Right. Hi, guys. I'm starting to have trouble sleeping because this business is just getting so exciting. So, I'm going to share some of my excitement, some of the things that I've been doing. And I just want you to be aware that since I started on the 3rd of October, my business has now turned over $124,000. And this is why I'm having issues sleeping because when I logged in yesterday, it was 118 and now it's 124. So this is something which is growing like crazy. So make sure you stay till the end of this film. It's not going to be a long one, but I want to focus my energy at people that are looking for opportunity. And my belief really is that everybody is looking for more time or more money and get connected to the right opportunity, because I know a lot of people are suffering, financially since the pandemic. Things never really got back to the way they should have been. Food prices have increased, electric prices has increased, but we don't see the salaries increasing. So people have this sort of, people are hurting worldwide right now because of things that are still going on from the pandemic and then certain war issues that are going on. So I know for a fact that people are looking for opportunity. And I don't know if it's you. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm just sharing something with you that could be the answer to things that may be going on in your life, or maybe there's something that you want to have more of. And I actually started this business with zero income on the 3rd of October. And so I signed up for free and they gave me a $50 voucher, which would then be added to an advertising budget. And well, what does this advertising budget do? Well, it's run by AI and it's doing targeted AI marketing campaigns. So when people are shopping online, if they're looking for trainers or a flight or to buy things for their kitchen or model aircraft or makeup, it doesn't matter what it is. If someone happens to click on that link, what it does, it makes an affiliate sale and it runs on autopilot. The only thing that we need to do is put a bit of money into the robot or the bot so it can start actually making these campaigns, start advertising, and then you're going to be earning money while you're sleeping or while you're doing your job or spending time with your family or doing your hobbies. So this is something that can run 24/7, 365 days of the year. Okay, and that is really exciting. So, but because I got in action, I really love this platform because it does actually make money, and because of that fact, it's really easy to share. So that's why I've got no problem to actually share it with you. So I'm just going to go over a few things which are important, because as I say, I'm focusing my energy at the brand new people. If you've never seen anything like this before, so I just want you to remember that you've got an advertising budget. You can come into this business for free. You can get a link from the person who showed you this film, and they'll also give you a voucher worth $50. So you can actually come in and test drive this business for free. And that $50 is then going to show you how the robot works and makes affiliate sales, which then starts to build up your money, and then you're on the road to something great. So you can see here clearly 124,000 that I've turned over, not just by using the robot, but by actually sharing the opportunity too. So what would be the first thing you do? Well, the first thing you need to do is when you come in here, first of all, you need to find where your link is and also where the voucher is. So when you're sharing the opportunity, you're able to also give a $50 voucher to somebody else that would be interested. So if you came in here and you made an account, you would also be able to offer the same opportunity to somebody else, which is exciting because it's really easy to market. Because once people come in and they're in on the inside and they activate their certificate, they will then see a $50 in there, and then the robot will start to get to work. So also, if you just click on those three lines at the top, where it's, this is after you've registered, of course, so, the first things I'd like you to do is copy your referral link so you can actually get in. If someone wants to register with you, you want to be able to give them your link so they will then join your team. And you would also see where it says copy code. You want to also copy that code where so you can also give that to as many people as you want, because you can sponsor as many people as you want, and you'll always be able to give your code so people have the same equal opportunity as you, so they can come in. Okay. And you can also see here it says get bonus. Well, when someone has actually shown you this film, or they're actually, they've given you a link to sign up, they would have also given you a code which looks similar to this, and it says, get bonus. So we're simply going to click on get bonus, and you would paste that code into here. This button would actually be blue on yours, on a new account. You can see mine's already used. You simply click the button, and then it will come back to this screen. And where it says ADV balance, it will say $50. So the second that says $50, it takes exactly 48 hours for it to move over to the advertising budget, and it happens automatically exactly on 48 hours. It doesn't happen on 40 hours. It doesn't happen on 25 hours. It's exactly 24 hours before it moves over automatically. And then after that, that money will be then used to be set up with AI targeted advertising campaigns, which will then start earning you around 25 to 35% on the money which is in the advertising budget. Okay. As you can see, I've got $894 in my advertising budget. It's already spent 655, but you can also see what my cashback is. I've made 2,298 cashback. And these are really exciting numbers when you think about this is happening while you're sleeping. Okay, so I really love this style of business. So, you're wondering if you can withdraw. Well, here is some of my withdrawals. I've got a few pages of these, but, let's just look at January. You can see the dates, but on the 2 days before New Year's Eve, I withdrew $250. Okay. Because of course it's New Year's Eve, you've got to have some fun, right? But then, you can see in January, $100, $50, $85, another $50. That one's actually cleared already. But what I'm saying is that most people are broke in January because they've spent too much money in December. All right. They've maxed all the credit cards, and then everybody's waiting for payday in January. Well, because of this business, I didn't have to worry about that. And the reason I'm saying this is not to boast. It's more to the point that I would like to show you that you can withdraw and it does hit your wallet every single time. Okay. But the thing is that these commissions did not come from the robot itself. These commissions came from me sharing the opportunity with others. Okay, I have no issues to share the property with this business with other people, because as I said before in the beginning, people are looking for opportunities. And it's really easy to show something when people are, okay, I'll have a look at this business, because we know people are hurting inside a little bit, financial things are tough. It's much more easier to show an opportunity like this nowadays than it was 5 years ago, because people would used to say, well, I'm quite comfortable with the income I've got, but things have been shaken up, it's been rocked a bit, and things have changed. Okay, so I'm not showing this to boast that I've withdrawn money. I'm actually just saying that if you share the opportunity, you can actually earn instant referral commissions that you could withdraw on. So these are all commissions from when I've signed other people up. Okay. So, begin with the end in mind. Well, we want to have a robot which has a big advertising budget. And you need to, first of all, you need to sort of decide how much money you would like to be earning, because that's why I say begin with the end in mind. If I just go to here, so if you're a person that wants to, if you want to earn $100 a month passive income, let's say $300 a month passive income, which this is just going to be ticking away and all the time. Well, you're going to need about $1,000 in your robot. Okay, but I'm not asking you to put $1,000 in your robot, because later on I'm going to show you how you can actually build up to that. If you want 500, some people say, well, I can work another job and get the $500 a month. Well, why work another job when you could actually be getting it passive? Because can you imagine if you had an extra $500 coming in, that could be paying your food and electric, or it could be paying most of your rent or your mortgage. It really helps things ease up. Okay. And then, I'm not going to go through all the slides. We've actually got a PDF for this. You can ask me for the PDF, which goes all the way up to, 6 figures plus if you want. But if you want 3,000 a month, you'd need an advertising budget around $10,000. And again, I'm not telling anybody, or I'm not a financial advisor, I'm not telling you to put $10,000. I'm just going to show you a way how you can actually build up to that over the next 3, 6 months, 9 months, 12 months, and build up to this so you can get that sort of income. All right. So how do we do it? Well, they have a beautiful bonus system where it starts really small. And I see these at like little bite-sized goals. If you want to have results in this type of business, the difference between working with a goal and not working with a goal is results. If you want the results, you need to have a goal, and you need to have a goal with a date. And when I look at this, the very first goal in this business is not member. Anybody can become a member and put $50 in, but you can see the bonus is 0. Okay. I actually think the first bonus is leading partner, and your bonus is $25. And yet again, some people say, well, it's only $25. That's not going to make life-changing results. No, it's not. But what happens with that $25? It gets added to your robot, so your robot starts to work harder. Okay. So how do we get to this? You see this number of 2,048, and it says total volume. Well, total volume means that if you share the opportunity, say, with 10, 20, 30 people, and they fund their robot, but also they then start sharing the opportunity with a few, the amount of money that's actually being put into the business where they've bought advertising, it adds up to a total volume. So when your total team volume adds up to 2,048, you would earn the $25. Okay. But of course, once this stuff gets going, it's actually really difficult to stop. And why would we want to stop it? So you can see my goals. I'm very transparent. I reach this. And this one here I got just before Christmas, so about 3 weeks ago. So they gave me my business turned over $32,000, in group volume. They gave me a $400, and that $400 got added to the robot, which was then making it work even harder. So I made more money when I was sleeping, okay, and also doing other stuff. And I'm very, very close to get this one. And I'm also extremely close. As I told you before, just now, I'm already hit $124,000. But it's also depended on how the structure looks. So I still need to do a bit more work to get these 2 bonuses. But, if you just look up, if we just go up a little bit further, okay, look at expert. Expert, they will give you a bonus of $102,000, which will be paid directly into the robot. Well, how long does that money last? Well, first of all, it won't last. It'll probably last about 5 or 6 weeks, because it goes into bigger campaigns, which then earns you more money. And we know that the robot earns anything between 25 and 35%. And that is exciting stuff, because can you imagine just building up to this and just getting to this level? Okay. This level is awesome. You can say, I'm not that far away from it. And all I'm doing is just doing things one baby step at a time. But I know what that will do to the bot. It will suddenly turn into anything between $125,000 or $135,000 within a 6-week period. That's like 1 year's salary, just because you're all in the space of a short period of time. Okay, so I really want you to sort of get your heads around this, you know, because this is something which is growing, it's exploding right now globally, and this is why we have trouble sleeping because it's just so great. So, you know, well, how do we fund our robot? Well, you know, you're just going to go down to top up in the, you know, it says top up balance there, and you can, of course, you can top up with crypto. You know, minimum is $50, and just what you're doing, you're actually feeding your robot a little bit at a time, and you're going to use TRC20. Okay, that's a cryptocurrency. You're going to just quickly add add the funds button, and then it will take you to a payment gateway where it will tell you exactly what to do, and then once that's done, the money will then move to the ADV balance parts where it then takes 48 hours to move to the robot, okay, or to the bot. This is extremely exciting. They've just actually added fiat, which is like, you know, you can pay with your credit card, Visa, MasterCard, American Express, or whatever card you got that you use online. And you just simply need to put your telephone number here. You select your country and the amount of money which you want to put in. Well, and then of course, you know, you're just going to click the add funds. It will take you to payment gateway. It's processed, and then the money arrives in the ADV balance, and then 48 hours it moves over to the robot. So it makes it open to extremely many more people, okay? Because not everybody's interested in crypto. Some people go, oh no, I don't want to get involved with crypto. Well, you don't need to. You can use your Visa to get started, or your MasterCard. And one thing I want to really highlight, okay, that for a company to be connected to a fiat, um, you know, payment system, well, when a company goes to a platform which is, you know, so we want our new members to be able to pay by credit card. Well, the company needs to prove to the payment providers that they are a legit business. They have to prove all the paperwork, their registrations, where they're located, who's the CEOs. It all has to be legit, otherwise they are not accepted. So sometimes I hear, oh, it's obviously a scam, blah blah blah, but it's not, because when you know it's connected to a fiat credit card payment system such as Stripe or Orange Payment in Africa, and there's a few others. It's this is the real deal, okay? But I'm also going to say as well, guys, you know, yes, this is a really exciting business. It's a really awesome opportunity. But please, guys, do not start spending your food money, your rent money, and or going to the bank and borrowing money, because you know that they're silly decisions, and it upsets your household and your family and things like that. Just put in what you can afford and share the opportunity so other people can put in what they can afford, okay? Because it's much nicer to build it that way. So, you know, just make a decision of what you want, because this is the beautiful part about this as well. You could say, well, I want to build a team like you, Jason. Okay, that's great, because I've got 22 years experience in building teams. Okay, I know how to build multi-level marketing teams globally. I've done it for 22 years. So you're sort of meeting a guy here tonight that if you get on a meeting with me, which is, you know, I love to get into a team of people and find the people that are hungry, and I will spend time with you to share my knowledge to help you build the team. Okay, I did many meetings yesterday, and some people are actually surprised at that. Okay, they're surprised that, well, 22 years experience, you know, he's a leader, and but he still spends time. It is crucial to spend time with people that want to make a change in their life, and I always do that. And then we have the other people, you know, I want to have a bot just to make me money. That's okay too. You don't have to share the opportunity to make money with this. You just decide how much money you want to put in, get the robot action, and just let it go, you know. So, you know, I want to build a business. All you're going to need to do is fund your bot with what you can afford, and you're going to have to share the opportunity in a consistent basis. And of course, we have the training and the guidance based on years of experience about how to build successful, profitable teams. I want a bot only to make me money. Okay, that's great too. You just need to fund your bot, but we would also love to meet you, even on a one-on-one call to answer your questions. We also have live presentations, not just by me, but other, we got Robert Russell from Ireland. He's a top leader. We actually normally do our live calls together on a Thursday evening. We've got John Wilms. John Wilms he's a giant in this organization. He's built a massive business in Neura Technology. And he also does his meetings on Tuesday and Thursday every week, where he's sharing how to build the business. And he's been in business for 35 years. He's also been free for 35 years. So you're sort of getting the chance to be in the same room with someone that really knows what they're talking about. So whether you are a person that just wants the bot to run on its own, or you're a person who wants to build the team, I highly recommend you join those meetings anyway, because it's whether you're putting money in or you're putting money in and sharing the opportunity, it's really important to get around people that are involved, people that are sharing the opportunity, sharing their experiences, so we can all move forward together. Okay, guys? So anyway, what I would love you guys to do, and this is not me begging, but it helps me to continue making material like this, is that you just leave a positive and leave a positive comment on this film. Just say hi, this was great, whatever you want to say, as long as you're not rude. But please just make a comment there, and also subscribe to my channel, okay? Because of course, when you subscribe to the channel, you can hit the little bell icon as well. And every time I post a new film on this business or different education that I do about how to build these marketing networks, not just for this business, but other businesses, I will share those films with you, and you're always going to get them. Okay, guys? So anyway, thank you very much for watching. Make sure you look at the film which is connected to this, because if you are a person that's really wanting to share, I'm going to leave a little extra film there which will teach you how to get thousands of signups. All right, take care, guys. Bye.